What are your two best free agent signings or trades that have occurred so far?
Oh, so, I mean, that's tough. I'm going to go on performance on this one, and maybe some agree, maybe some don't, but Greenway, the former Houston Texan linebacker, did that dude make a name for himself in the playoffs or what? Like, he was the defense that whole time. Like, I think the dude had 20 tackles in both those games. Either way, even if that's not the number, I feel like the commentators were saying his name almost every defensive play. He was making monster stops. He was impactful. I think he's going to do well in Minnesota. I could be wrong, but hopefully he does and keeps accelerating up there. I'm surprised Houston let him go after that performance in the playoffs. Now, granted, they didn't win their second game, but still, I mean, that was a hell of a performance. And did you say 2?
Yes.
So, I mean, depending on how you look at it, I still think I'm kind of surprised, but kind of not surprised that Atlanta did get Kirk. I don't know if that's like top tier because there was a lot of free agency signings. I'd have to have a sheet in front of me to be like, yep, that one. But the Kirk kind of sticks out in front of my head that they got him. Hopefully they can win a few more games now and then move forward from there. Otherwise, Danielle Hunter, former Viking now, is down in Houston, and now he's with Will Anderson. So can you imagine if they would have kept Greenway and got Hunter and have CJ, and they upgraded their running back position because they got Joe Mixon? Some people might debate me on that, but either way, I think Houston came out pretty strong in this.
They did not regress, right? The guys that left, they replaced with comparable people.
And so did the Eagles. Jeez, they reloaded. On paper. I'm saying this is all on paper. It looks great, folks. We all know how it goes in the season. So
yep. JT, what are your two?
I'm probably just cherry picking here. I got to go with my Dolphins. They signed Jordan Poyer, safety from the Bills. I don't understand what the Bills are doing. They're just like cleaning house, man.
Your hat. I hope you're going to mention what's on that hat. It just popped in my head.
We'll see, but I mean, you get a guy that's been a top safety since he's been in the league, and you poach a vital player from a rival from the Bills. So I think pairing him with Javon Holland after we lost Xavier Howard, I think is a good move. So I like that one. And then Don, I'm sorry, I'm gonna let you explain it because I know it's on your list. But Steelers getting clean from the Ravens. I mean, let's be real. The Steelers haven't had good linebacker play since Ryan Shazier left the NFL. Like, that's how long you guys have been searching for a good linebacker.
For sure.
And now you got
you mean middle linebacker, right? Because they had TJ.
I'm talking about that's pass rushing, but you have TJ play linebacker and try to play in space. Like, it's not the same, but I'm talking about like an actual linebacker. But now you put somebody like Queen between Watt and Highsmith, and I'm like, oh man, the Steelers. Yeah, Minkah back there finally healthy again. Like this, I'm not saying it's still curtain, but it's looking.
They finally have a nice
direction.
They finally have a nice up the middle, right? You've got Hayward still. Now you've got Queen. You still got Minkah back there with the two edge guys.
And you're taking away, you're weakening a division rival. Right. So I mean, those are my two.
Yep. Sorry, Dave. I got to say Xavier McKinney signed by the Packers. 4-year deal, $68 million. Savage is gone. Rudy Ford's going to be gone. You know, his contract's only the 7th highest for safeties. So talk about getting value for a really good player. He didn't give up 1 TD all last year, according to PFF, and he holds the highest coverage grade while playing free safety since entering the league. Like, I don't know about you, but I like when my free safety, not the strong safety that comes down usually in the box, the free safety can cover. That's pretty nice when you have that luxury in the back. And he's supposedly the best at it since entering the league, not just last year, since entering the league. And you get him at the 7th best contract. I mean, I'm sorry, Dave. I got to go Green Bay there. And then the Rams getting Jonah Jackson. I know it's not a splashy one, but only 3 years, $51 million. Listen, they're going all in. And I think maybe this is part of why they don't go after like a bigger name backup. They're going all in with Stafford. They're going to go until he retires. McVay's going to go with him until he retires. So what do? They bring in Dotson. Now they bring in Jonah Jackson. And I just like what they're doing there with the Rams, protecting their quarterback, because they know if he has time with Puka and Cooper Kupp, it's something to behold. So I just like that because I like what the Rams are doing with that O-line. So that's why I put Jonah Jackson. Not like he's the best free agent, but just I think that's just a smart, good move, and he can still play.
Hey,
Dave,
did anyone take T. Higgins yet?
No.
Didn't he request trade?
Yes, but he's franchise tagged. So
okay.
It makes it a little bit, I think it makes it a little bit more complicated. Not to say that it can't get done, but it also depends on what kind of tag they put on him. I'm guessing they must have put the exclusive franchise tag on him, because if it was not exclusive, he could still go negotiate with other teams, and essentially they get compensated, the Bengals would, if he walks away from them. So
also, the last time I checked my sports today was the Mike Williams release from the Chargers. Did they, at the time of this recording, did they release Mack and Bosa yet, or do they restructure?
I think they're trying to trade those two before they release them.
Oh, good luck. Everyone knows that everyone's going to force it.
Mac.
I wouldn't, if one of them, if they end up on the free agent list, because I feel like that's what every team's waiting for, is like, we're just going to force you to cut them because we're not going to trade any assets. So if that's the case, I wouldn't mind a Khalil Mack back to be on the opposite end of Sweat, or honestly, a Joey Bosa. Look what happened when Montez got to Chicago. That one player switched that entire team around. If they get another motor on the other end, now granted they're going to be paying quite a bit, but the Bears still have some money to play around with. I think if they can really bolster that defense to be a powerhouse, again, we'll just play like Caleb Williams is coming back, or even if it's Justin, you're helping out your quarterback by getting them more opportunities to be on the field and get better. Assuming they have a decent run game with Shane. I know Shane likes his running backs to catch. That's why they got Swift. But I would still, I'm all in. If I'm getting Caleb, let's bolster one side. Let's get some talent on the other, and just let's go.
Khalil Mack had 17 sacks last year, so he still got it. So
that dude will have a motor. He's going to be like the Peppers of this generation for football.
Yeah, he's going to play forever. And even in his last year, you're like, this guy can still do it.
Yeah.
Well, Dave, if you've got to run, we will let you go. Thank you. Guys. Give a quick plug for Bad Medicine. Sorry we didn't get to that to that earlier.
Yeah, so folks, if you are into TV or movie reactions or even gaming, we don't claim to be the best gamers in the world, but we have that channel as well. We are at Bad Medicine for the main channel, and then Bad Medicine Arcade for the gaming channel. That's bad with 2 Ds. We have 3 other gentlemen along with me that go on and give our thoughts and opinions, watch TV, movies, all that fun jazz. That a lot of people, basically the people choose what we watch. People choose what we play for games. So there may be some more content being open and explored down this year. So we'll see where the road takes us, but that is where you can find us.
Awesome. How many subscribers you up to now on YouTube?
The main channel has 262,000 plus, and then the gaming channel has 26,000 and change. So we're doing okay.
Yeah.
Some people like us. Some people like us.
Congratulations.
Oh, thank you, gentlemen.
Well, we love you, man. Thanks for the time. That was great. We're so glad we could talk some football with you finally on air. We're gonna have you come back on. Let's make sure it's not 3 years from now.
I know. Let's do this a little sooner. I know we text every day, but it's good to see your faces once in a while.
It is. It's good to talk in person for sure. For sure. So that's Dave Lutz of Bad Medicine. He told you where you can find them. Go ahead, subscribe and follow them. Dave, thank you. Take care. Good luck to your Bears.
Hey, keep up the good work, fellas. Always enjoy as usual. Tear it up.
Thank you. Have a good night. All right, so JT, keep rolling with the free agency. We talked about the 2 best. What's the 2 worst free agent signings or trades?
I'm not gonna lie, there was a lot of bad signings. So I would go with the 2 that I think are just the most egregious. The first is, I saw you actually pick this guy up in Dynasty. The Rams signed tight end Kobe Parkinson. They gave him 3 years, $22 million? So let me get this straight. running backs can't get paid, but backup blocking tight ends can. Like, he's not the only tight end that fits into this category that got paid this offseason. Like, I don't get that. This made no sense. I know Tyler Higbee tore his ACL leaving a playoff game, but they had a rookie. What was his name? Bo Allen. He looked good, like, when Higbee was not there. So why would you not let him play next year until Higbee gets healthy, or sign somebody like a Noah Fant or a Janu Smith that I know can actually play, or draft another guy? Like, this is a waste of money. Like, why are you paying Kobe Parkinson this money? It makes no sense.
He's 6'7". McVay's got a plan for him. Don't doubt McVay.
They really just trying to keep Matt Stafford alive. So they're like, hey, blocker, we'll pay you extra to block. And then the other is the Patriots signing wide receiver Kendrick Bourne, 3 years, $33 million. I swear Bill Belichick is still running this team. This makes no sense either. Like, why would you spend $11 million a year on a 30-year-old wide receiver 3 that's coming off an ACL injury? No sense. Makes zero sense. Those are my two.
Well, I'm going to go the Panthers trading Brian Burns to the Giants for a 2024 second.
Oh, now you want to talk about Brian Burns.
And a 2025.
When I said that the Panthers were stupid for not trading them 2 years ago to the Rams for multiple firsts, you're like, oh, whatever, you never know. Now, what did you get for him? Nothing.
Well, but that's the problem. They just had franchise tagged him. Now they actually traded him. And that's the problem. They got a 2024 second and 2025
they
pick.
got nothing.
And as you said, and as our guy Mike Regina also told me over the phone, back in 2022 at the trade deadline, deadline of 2022, the Rams offered Carolina 2 first-round picks and a second for them only to say no. So Panthers are on that, and I'm going to double down on the Panthers. Sorry, Mike Regina. They overpaid for former Dolphin guard Robert Hunt. 5 years, $100 million.
He can play.
But listen, he's making $3 to $4 million more than guards such as Dotson and Jonah Jackson, getting the same range as Quentin Nelson. Let me tell you something. Robert Hunt, he's not Quentin Nelson. So
we're about to find out.
That's all. What's the one under the radar move that will be huge for you?
Well, I want to shout out to Niners Nation. We appreciate you watching the show. Bourne is good when he does play. It's just the age, the injury. Like, I worry about that. And I mean, come on. The Patriots need to get out of this old archaic way of acquiring offensive talent. He also says Texans Collins for a 7th is a sleeper trade. Like that one as well. So what's the next one we got to talk about? Oh, the under the radar. All right. So I got 2. So the first,
I said people are on a time schedule. You got to give just 1, not 2. Let's go.
All right, cool. I'll go with Frankie Louvu, Commander signing the linebacker. You want to talk about a team not having good linebacker play in a while? London Fletcher was the last good linebacker to play in Washington. And they've even tried to draft one in the first round. So I think it's a good move for them. 3 years, $36 million. He's had at least, I think, 110 tackles and 5.5 sacks the last 2 years. Panthers defense struggled when he wasn't in there. I think he's a great, well-rounded all-around pickup for them.
You know, I think this is an under-the-radar move, but no one's making a big deal about it because or I shouldn't say they're not making a big deal, but it's getting overshadowed by the trades, the Kirk Cousins deal, the Fields, everything there. It's Patrick Queen to the Steelers. It is.
Bro, there is nothing about Patrick Queen going to the Steelers that is under the radar.
It's under the radar. It's under the radar.
Man,
I'll tell you why. Because they talk about the Russ move, but you had someone like Patrick Queen.
Did you say people got time restrictions, bro? That was clear. I know you want to talk about Patrick Queen.
Why don't people now put the Steelers in the Super Bowl conversation by adding Patrick Queen?
Because y'all got Russell Wilson and Kenny Pickett. That's why.